Hush high, the curtains rise. Trumpets blaze a golden sky. Drums march strong, hearts collide. Welcome to the show tonight.
हेलो माय फ्रेंड्स, आप सबको मेरा प्यार भरा वेलकम. गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड इवनिंग, और मे बी इट्स वन ऑफ दोज लेट नाइट्स व्हेन यू जस्ट नीड अ गुड स्टोरी. दिस इज योर फ्रेंड कबीर एंड वेलकम बैक to the story that's become a part of all of us, episode 5 of Parallels. थोड़ा सा वापस चलें और याद करें कहाँ से आए हम. और फ्रेंड अरुण, उसकी किस्मत ने सच में खेल खेला है. A simple paragliding trip that went horribly wrong, that mysterious device in the jungle, and then that impossible choice: go back to almost certain death or stay in a complete new world. He chose to stay, but staying, oh my friends, it came with a price. वो रहना दूसरे इंसान की जिस्म में रहना था. His consciousness, his very soul was woven into another man, a man named Vijay. And Vijay, he built a beautiful life. He fell in love with a wonderful woman named Priya. They got married. Everything was perfect. सब कुछ सही चल रहा था. But then something strange started happening. Little echoes, flashes of a beach he'd never visited, the taste of food he'd never eaten, and a woman's face named Kajal, who would visit him in his dreams. Memories that weren't his began leaking into his mind. जैसे किसी की यादें उसकी जिंदगी में घुस आई हो. And then came the phone call, that mysterious cold voice asking him to meet in a library this Sunday. So here we are. It's Saturday night, the night before the meeting. My friends, let me tell you about Vijay that night. He couldn't sleep, couldn't close his eyes. Priya was sleeping peacefully right next to him, but he felt miles away. उसके अपने ही दिमाग के अंदर फंसा हुआ था. That question kept haunting him. Who am I really? It wasn't just a deep thought anymore. It was an emergency. Was he Vijay, a simple computer professor who loves his chai and his wife and his life? Or was he something else? Something called a human, just an artificial shell waiting for someone else's soul to live inside. He started imagining things. What if his whole life was like a reality show? क्या कोई उसे देख रहा है इस वक्त? What if every smile, every moment with Priya was just part of that script? The thought made him feel really, really sick. The clock showed 2:17 a.m. Sleep had completely left him. He must have dozed off somehow, because suddenly sunlight and the smell of fresh coffee. He heard Priya's warm, loving voice. She said, "Good morning, sleepyhead. It's Sunday, no work today. I was thinking, should we go for those amazing pancakes? That little cafe by the river?" विजय ये सुनकर उसका दिल दुखता है. Her smile was everything to him. It was his home, and here he was about to lie to her. He forced himself to smile back. He told her, "Actually, I have to go to the Central Library. Last minute research of my conference next week. Completely forgot about it. Rain check on the pancakes. I promise we'll have a nice dinner tonight." The lie tasted bitter in his mouth. झूठ बोलना उसे अच्छा नहीं लगा. वो कभी अपनी प्रिया को झूठ नहीं बोलता था. But he couldn't pull Priya into his mystery. Not yet. Not until he knew what was waiting for him. Central Library AL 7B History of Obsolete Technologies. कितनी सही जगह है ना? He sat at a round table, his fingers tapping nervously, checking his phone. 9:52 a.m. 8 minutes to go. He felt completely exposed. क्या कोई उसे देख रहा है? क्या उसे कोई मॉनिटर कर रहा है? उसके दिमाग में ये चल रहा था in his background. Suddenly, a man was there, tall, serious looking. He didn't smile. The man said, Vijay. Vijay stood up quickly and said, Hello. The man replied, You can call me JB, just initials. They shook hands. JB's hand was firm but cold. Vijay asked immediately, How did you find me? How do you know what I search for online? JB held up a hand and said, The how doesn't matter right now. What matters is what. And we have about 30 minutes before this becomes dangerous. JB started talking in a low, urgent voice, and he confirmed Vijay's worst fear. Yes, he was P-human, created in a lab, not born, just a placeholder in a huge secret experiment by people JB called the gardeners. Their goal to grow artificial people until they could find a natural soul from outside their world to put inside. JB explained, those flashes you're getting, the memories of another life, another love, they are a big mistake. They are supposed to be erased completely. They cause deep pain. We have seen it happen before. Vijay asked, We? Who is we? JB leaned closer and said, We call ourselves VT Beta 71C. We are the garden that decided to fight back. JB told him something unbelievable. His whole group, they were all self-aware P-humans, an underground resistance fighting against their own creators. And Vijay, he was their miracle, the first successful fusion. JB said, We need your help. Just a tissue sample and some blood, so we can learn how they did it, how to turn our people from shadows into real humans. Without this, this is haunting. Vijay's mind was spinning. His whole life was just an experiment. But one question burned in his heart more than any other. Vijay asked, The DNA, the person inside me, who was he? Where did he come from? JB paused, looked around the empty library. Then he whispered, The DNA you carry, it doesn't belong to this world, Vijay. It's not from Sinor. The man it came from, he traveled here from a very, very, very far universe. The truth hit Vijay like a punch to the stomach. He wasn't just carrying memories, he was carrying a traveler, a man who crossed between worlds. Arun wasn't just a ghost. वो किसी और दुनिया का मुसाफिर था. JB continued, their agencies, they look for people in places where survival is impossible. It's like a harvest. And you, Vijay, You are the fruit. Then JB stood up quickly. He said, think about it, but don't take too long. They are watching you. This meeting is risky. Meet me here tomorrow if you want to help. If not, you'll live your whole life as a beautiful painting in a locked room no one can enter. And Vijay was left alone, the weight of two words on his shoulders. He was a bridge between realities, a secret weapon in a hidden war, and a husband who had just lied to his wife. That night, as Priya slept beside him, he made his decision. It wasn't about being brave, it was about a deep, painful need. He had to know. He had to free the ghost living inside him. Next day, he met JB again. He said something that shocked even himself. Vijay told him, I'll give you what you want, my blood, my cells, everything. But in return, you help me. I want to see him. I want to know what they did to Arun. And then you have to set him free. JB was silent for a long time. Then he said, freeing him means cutting off the life support from those devices in the jungle. On his world, that place is meant for death. He won't survive. Vijay's voice broke as he replied, I don't care. He deserves a chance to fight for his own life in his own world. I am living his life here. It's only fair he gets to try. JB took him to their secret facility. It wasn't like the clean, white Fern Space Institute. This place was rough, messy, real, and on a flickering screen, they showed him Arun, his body pale and still, floating in something clear. But the amazing part, वो पेड़ों से जुड़ा हुआ था. Those two ancient trees, their roots had gone into the pod, feeding him, keeping him alive. He was in frozen sleep, not dead, not awake, just waiting for 8 long months. And in that moment, Vijay didn't see a stranger. He felt a connection, a bond across stars. This was the man whose love for Kajal was so strong it burned through the universe into Vijay's own heart. ये वो आदमी था जिसकी यादें विजय के अंदर थी. Vijay whispered, do it, cut him loose. JB warned him, it will set off every alarm. Our work, your life with Priya, nothing will be safe after this. But Vijay was firm. He said clearly, some things are more important than safe. Do it. And there, my friends, we pause, we hold our breath in a secret lab on Sinor. A button is about to be pressed in a deep jungle on Earth. A life support system will fail, and a man named Arun will open his eyes for the first time in 8 months, alone in the deadliest place on his planet. One choice in one world is about to create an explosion in another. ये पैरेलल लाइंस अब टूटने वाले हैं. This is where our final epic episode begins. It will be longer, more emotional, more explosive, and will have the biggest question. Can love truly travel between universes? Thank you for listening with your heart. This is Kabir for kahanisuno.com, signing off with love. Keep believing in miracles. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, I'm in. View. Hello, everyone. Sarah here, literally rolling in from the production booth because I could not wait to debrief. Kabir, what was that? My heart is still pounding. I feel like I just binge watched a whole season of a show in like what, 12 minutes?
Welcome, Sarah. I'm so glad you're here. And yes, that was episode 5 of Parallels. And I have to admit, even I needed a minute after recording it. It's like we just took our listeners on a roller coaster that goes through a library, a secret lab, and a cosmic jungle, right?
A roller coaster is putting it mildly, I would think, a bit. It was more like one of those epic 3 hour Bollywood sagas. I think Durandar is 3 hours long. That has drama, romance, with the added sci fi twist to it. And you also managed to add in a philosophical debate all before the interval. And the interval cliffhanger, Arun's eyes are about to open. Kabir, I think you're playing with our emotions like a master DJ at a wedding.
डीजे वाले बाबू जरा वॉल्यूम तेज करो. But for emotions, you're absolutely right, Sarah. The episode was our big interval point. All the secrets are out, and now the real action begins.
And what secrets? I was drawn in by, hey, which planet is this where, the man is so distressed that he's lying to his wife? I would love to know the secret of that planet for sure. But jokes apart, the big reveal that Vijay is a human created being, we knew that, but poor Vijay did not realize that. The moment that JB said that, I wasn't thinking of androids. I thought of Jim Carrey in The Truman Show. I don't know if you're aware of that movie, where his whole life is basically a reality show, and he doesn't realize it until later when he starts to notice things, just like Vijay is noticing things. His son, his friends are all part of a set. And the most, I think, heart wrenching part of it was when he realizes that the woman he loves so much, the woman he has raised children with, is actually also a part of this production. So I think Vijay is having his own Truman moment, right? Instead of a fake sky, he's discovering his own memories are props, like good morning, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and what do you mean I'm not real?
Exactly. Thankfully, that's not the case with Priya, right? She is actually
Yeah, at least
loved.
she's real.
That she is real.
Yeah.
That is perfect. Yeah, that is a good analogy you drew. Yeah, और आज के लिए ये है विजय का शो. Yes,
Hmm.
it's that shattering of reality. He lived his whole life in this perfect, quiet town of Sinor, and now he's realizing the script was written by scientists. It's that paranoia. Is Priya real? Is his job real?
Exactly. And you know what else it reminded me of? Giving it our own desi sci-fi classic Koi Mil Gaya. Think about it. You have an ordinary man, Vijay, whose life is turned upside down because of an otherworldly connection. But instead of a friendly alien named Jadu giving Hrithik Roshan his powers, we have the ghost of Arun giving Vijay, I wouldn't say powers, maybe massive emotional baggage, and of course, a moral existential crisis.
Moral crisis is his superpower. But it's so true. And that scene in the library, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. JB, this mysterious, weary rebel leader, felt like a character straight out of a John Lee Carey spy novel. But instead of Cold War secrets, he's dealing with genetic ones. The name's born, GB. Uh,
Was JB meant to be James Bond?
yeah, that's a good coincidence, but that was not the idea.
I love that. And Vijay, in that moment, wasn't just a confused lecturer. He was every hero. He's just been told, you're the chosen one. It reminds me of this movie. Amitabh Bachchan played a lecturer in that movie, and he dies actually. He had a double role in it. I think it was, I don't remember the name. Hasme Wade, I believe.
Ah, you're right.
So
Hasme Wade.
I think it's more about Amitabh Bachchan with maybe Jaya on planet Saror and Rekha on Earth. I'm not sure. It's like Vijay is this hero who's just been told you're the chosen one, right? Generally, like how Harry Potter gets his letter, Neo being told he's the one, Simba being told, remember who you are. But with way more complicated paperwork about his cellular structure. And then, of course, the lab scene, right? The visual of Arun suspended and connected to the trees. Kabir, that was cinema. I can imagine that scene. It was so beautiful and so deeply creepy at the same time. It was like something out of Avatar, maybe, that deep spiritual connection to nature, but fused with the cold, preserving tech of Alien or Prometheus. He's not a machine, he's in the world's most advanced, terrifying garden.
Yeah. I should appreciate the knowledge you have with the movies, Sarah. You are a true movie buff. You have given so many references, be it Amitabh Bachchan and the Hasme Wade, the Truman Show. Oh my God, that was great. You could really refer to so many great movies from this one script I have. Yeah, talking about the trees, ये पेड़ों की शक्तियों का गलत इस्तेमाल हो रहा है नहीं सारा दिन uh,
Bilkul, bilkul.
you're right. It made the science feel ancient and magical. It wasn't about wires and codes. It was about roots and life force, which made Vijay's decision to cut him loose even more powerful. It
Mhm.
wasn't just flipping a switch. It was pruning a tree of life. That's heavy stuff.
Oh my God, it's so heavy. And that also brings us to the big question for the finale. I guess that we're going to have our last episode next. So we have here two men on two worlds, both in extreme danger. Arun is in a deadly jungle with no supplies, no memory of the last 8 months. I think he's just suspended in time, literally suspended between the trees, as you put it. And then we have it's like his revenant moment, but without a crew to help him out. And Vijay, my heart goes out to him. His quite happy life with Priya is gone. I feel mostly bad for Priya, no fault of her, but she's like losing this battle at this time. It's giving me those fugitive, but with the added stress of how do I explain this to my wife over dinner kind of thing.
The domestic sci-fi clash is going to be incredible, but I'm most excited about is the possibility of connection. We built two parallel tracks for so long. In the
Mhm.
finale, could they ever somehow touch? Let's see what happens.
That's the $1 million question here. Would the parallel lines intersect, right?
Exactly.
Can love, this messy, complicated love for Kajol, that is one parallel line. And then what Vijay feels in his life for Priya actually bridge a universe. It's the ultimate test, I believe. It's like, again, I know you're going to say so many movies, Sarah, but what can I do? That's who I am. It's like Interstellar, where love is the fifth dimension, but with the added Bollywood masala of what if the person you love is living another man's life?
प्यार का ऐसा सिग्नल है जो वाईफाई से ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है सारा ये
Huh.
यूनिवर्स के पार भी जा सकता है. Listeners, what do you think? Is this a story about survival, identity, or is it at its heart the oldest story of all? A man trying to find his way back home to the woman he loves, even if it means crossing realities to do it.
I remember, Kabir, at one point in time, we were thinking, hey, is this more of a sci fi story? And you assured us that this is we're going to hear more about the love part of it. And now I feel like it's such an intense, passionate love story here. With a completely new twist to it. A man loving two women, unable to make a decision, being pulled in two directions. It's quite amazing, actually. And I would love to hear all your theories on that. Slide into our DMs, guys. Comment or even send a carrier pigeon because I think Kabir's story can catch it. And Kabir, for you, before we let you go and before we let everyone go, any final teases for the grand finale?
Um, Only this. It will be our longest, most epic episode. It will answer your biggest questions and it will prove that in the vast, cold mathematics of the multiverse, the most powerful equation isn't about quantum physics. It's about the human heart. दिल की गहराई parallel lines को भी intersect कर सकती है. That's what I can say for now.
Getting goosebumps here, Kabir. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this chat. This is Sarah and Kabir signing off from this particular corner of the cosmos. Keep the faith and keep wondering what's on the other side.
Shukriya doston. Thank you everyone.
The heart of a story begins to glow. The winds will sing, the drums will